What's up, y'all? Keith here with W.K.D Construction, and welcome to my channel. On today's video, we are at the Melton Farm project, and we are just about to button up the exterior of this house. We're going to start today with the stone veneer siding. If you're not familiar with stone veneer siding, it's basically a man-made stone. It's made of concrete. They stain it. It's a little cheaper than, well, it's quite a bit cheaper than actually using a real stone. You just basically stick it to the house, and it just acts as a siding, a masonry type siding. Real stone would actually have to sit on the footing and then come up from the footing. The stone that I'll be using here on the Melton Farm project is from a company called Centurion. They are Centurion stone. They are out of Nashville, Tennessee, which is fairly local for me. It's about an hour and a half, hour and 45-minute drive to actually the factory where they make it. I deal with a dealer out of Parsons. He sends in the order, and then I just simply go up, pick it up. There are a couple different methods that you can use to install the stone. You can either do a dry stack method, which is what we used on the Melton Farm project, or you can actually do a grouted type installation, is where you actually basically have a grout line in between all of the stones. A grouted installation actually kind of holds up to weather a little better versus the dry stack, because the dry stack, rain can blow in there, get in between the stones and actually freeze and pop them off. That can be an issue, not all the time, but if you do have the grouted, there is less water infiltration, in between the stones, to be able to do that in the winter time. Another thing to use when you mix your mortar is an additive. I was trying to, because stone popping is, it can be an issue. I mean, it's not like the whole wall's gonna fall off or anything, but occasionally a stone or two might pop off. So I did some research, and I wanted to find a latex additive to maybe give that the mortar a little more substantial sticking power. So I use this. It is a latex additive that comes in liquid form. It's in a gallon. We probably use 6 gallons over the whole job, and I can't remember exactly how many square feet we actually installed, but hopefully long term it will help with the potential for stone popping. So let's get to it. All right, now that all of our wire lath is installed, we got our zip system peel and stick in behind it, wire lath, and we are ready for the stone masons to show up and get some stone on. They're gonna you do a scratch coat first, which is basically just a layer of mortar, and then they put some ridges in it, and then they'll come back and then apply the stone on top of that. But that just gives it a good base that gets embedded into the wire lath, and then the little grooves in the scratch coat can really hold on to the stone. All right, y'all, I went the other day, picked up all of the stone. We ended up going with a Centurion brand stone veneer, which is a man-made, just a concrete sticky stone, just stains. They run it in the factory. Looks like stone, stained, all that good stuff. A lot more cost effective than using real stone. Goes up quicker. Just gives you kind of that. It doesn't give you that natural stone look, but it's very close, and it looks great. So I like these stone veneers. They do really well. So here is the stone Centurion. We had a little rain the other day, so they kind of covered it up. But there we go. You just basically mortar it on and go with it. But I got flats, I got corners, I got specialty stones, and then I've got some hearth stones for the columns on the front porch. While I was gone picking up the stone, Andy and
Eric, they started doing all the scratch coat. And like I said, it's just a layer of mortar that goes and gets really pushed into the wire lathe. They haven't done the whole house yet, but they got most of it. But you put it on, put some lines in it, that way it kind of gives something for when you stick the stone on there. It gives it something to kitch into and bond to a little better than just having a slick finish on there. All right, so the guys have been laying some stone, and it looks very good. I think it looks really good with the white board and bat, that color stone. This is Kentucky cut face. Kentucky is the color and cut face is the profile of the stone. And this is a dry stack joint, so if you have a stone that's a little more square, a little more modular, it will look better. It just goes together tighter, and you just have a better, more natural looking finished product. So here is our, of course we got the siding, which we got our flashing, which comes up and is zip taped. So we got our flashing, then we got our water table, which you need that to get the water out in front of the stone. I had them mortar this on, that way we could kind of keep all water out as much as possible. You know, if they just dry stack that, then water could get down in behind there. When wintertime comes, it freezes and breaks, you know, pops it off. So I had to mortar it each joint and then mortar it underneath here. And then this also does have, you can see that line. That is basically a drip edge. Water comes down, goes over the top, hits that joint, and builds up and then drips. That way it gets out in front of your stone instead of, you know, getting in behind it. So all of our penetrations, I use specialty stones. You can get receptacle boxes, hose bib, you know, boxes. I just tried to do that where all our penetrations was, that way we could have a good solid mounting point. And of course all of our pipes and boxes and everything have got zip system stretch tape, and then we got the zip system peel and stick. So many layers of waterproofing in behind the stone veneer to keep unwanted damage from happening as much as possible. You try to do it as much as possible that way, because if it starts rotting in behind it, you will never know. I mean, it basically, the stone would be falling off before you knew. So but we just try to do as much as we can to prevent any damage down the road. So I think they got to the corner here. Yeah, they kind of turned the corner a little bit. But they're making a move on it. They started the other day, Tuesday, and then Wednesday they came and showed up. They pulled into the driveway down here, dude, and they broke a ball joint. So Andy and Eric and Bob's been working on the truck for, well, they started on it, I guess, Wednesday, and then Thursday it rained, so they didn't get to work on it. And then they finished it up Friday this morning. And then they came and laid stone. So they haven't been able to lay a whole lot of stone, but they should next week do a really good, probably be pretty close to finishing it up next week. Let's go see what the masons are doing. Get
Jack.
we got the ace right here.
Uh-oh. Looky here.
Ace in the hole.
Looky here.
He's even got a bucket. The ace. That guy right there is Andy. There's Bob.
Yep.
There's Gene and Eric. I know. Here, I know y'all are all related some way or another. I know, well, of course, Andy's your son-in-law. But how is Bob?
That's my nephew.
And then how's Eric? So everybody that works for him is they're all related. And there's more of them too.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of them.
Don't make us mad.
How long have you been brick or stone or whatever?
I retired 50 years.
50 years? You retired, but you're still working?
Yeah. Yeah, I put in 50 years of it.
I seen him. We're chasing a damn mouse.
Are you?
And they're sitting there as if we go up your bridge like that would have been a hell.
And let's see. When did you start for me?
Oh well, I mean McEwen.
It was McEwen. What year was that? That was.
Oh man.
I don't even remember. That's let's see.
I'm trying to go back.
Shoot, I don't even remember. It's been at least 10 years, hasn't it? It's pretty close to it.
What was Melton's? Been 4.
Yeah. That was we finished it in 17.
And then Lower Brownville. We done that one.
Yeah. Fire Hall.
Fire Hall.
Fire Hall was in.
And then the McEwen, and then yeah, at least 10.
Man,
At least 10 years.
long time.
Long time.
Well, them fellers took a break, but we have been working together for, I think it's been about 10 years. I built a house in McEwen, Tennessee, and that was the first house I used them on to do the stone, and I've just used them ever since. Man, they do a really excellent job. We get along. He says what he's going to do, and they show up, they get it done. They don't mess around. So I've kept using them. And like I said, I just really like them. They're all good guys. We all cut up all the time. So, and they just don't do stone. They do block work. They do brick work. They've done brick forming blocks. They will do footings and stuff. I do my own footings, but anything basically to do with masonry, they do it and have been for, well, like I said, Gene's been at it for 50 years, and yeah, they know something about it, you know. Let's go outside and show you some of the stone. Man, looks really good. Stone looks very good with the color of stamping release we used on there. Looked really good. Really happy with it. And Gene and them done got with it. We're around here on the front porch. So they're coming around the corner at the water table, and as you see, we do not have the concrete, so Mr. Gene is using a board to keep his stone up off the concrete, and then once we get the concrete poured, then they will come back and then fill in those last 2 pieces and set on the concrete there. Well, yesterday we had to make a dryer vent penetration, so it just came through the wall with a 4-inch galvanized duct, and then just sealed it off around there really good. And we'll just take this trim stone and stick it on there, and then we can mount our dryer vent to the face of this where it's nice and flat.
So all right, y'all, that was it. That was my video here at the Melton Farm Project on the stone veneer. Once again, I'm Keith Dykes. Thanks for watching, and got it, coach. Y'all have a wonderful day.